Hi there, and welcome to another task in Level 3. This one is going to help you learn how to use Autocrat, which is a mail merge to help you with Google Sheets. So if you click on the first tab, you'll actually kind of have a better explanation of it. So if you need to create, let's say, multiple certificates, each with individual names, or perhaps you have information from parents and you need to make multiple letters that need to be sent home, but it's all filled in with just their kids' information. That's where a mail merge can help. So students, parents, staff, however you want to see it, are going to submit their information on a sheet, sometimes through a Google form, and then you're going to combine that data to create these individual documents and or slides. So what we're going to actually do is create some certificates. So first thing you're going to need to do is, if you haven't already, you need to open the task in a separate tab. So when we're installing add-ons in Google Sheets, it's a little finicky if you try to edit it within Schoology. So be sure you've opened this task in a new tab. You'll kind of see I'm on a Google Sheets tab, I'm not in Schoology. So this is kind of what yours needs to look like for this to be a little more successful. So come up here all the way to where you see add-ons and select it. And you'll see I have a bunch of them. I like to play around. And you're going to choose Get Add-on. And from here, it's going to pull up in a menu, and mine already shows Autocrat because I've used it before. If you don't see it, you can always search it. That's a little faster. So you're going to select Autocrat and then choose the blue Install button. It'll say Getting Ready. You hit Continue. It'll ask you to confirm your Google account because it wants to know, which one is it allowed to edit. So it'll say these are all the things that it's going to be doing. And yes, so Autocrat can send emails, Autocrat can make PDFs, it can make Google Docs. That's why it needs so many different kinds of permissions. So you'll see that spinning wheel. It'll take it, like I said, just a couple of seconds to actually install. Woohoo! It's ready! And I hit done and then close out of this. So what you're going to do first is you're going to need to get a copy of these slides here in blue. So I'm going to click on this link. It'll say Mail Merge Certificate. Yes, make a copy. So this is going to force a copy to your own Google Drive because this is what you're going to need to complete the task. So it should look something like this when it pulls up, just a single certificate. If you're wondering how I actually designed the certificate, I made it in Canva, which is an online graphic designer. It's super friendly. It gives you templates to start with and kind of lets you go from there. If you're really curious on how I made it on a slide and all of that good stuff, feel free to take my other online course about Google Slides. Go ahead where it says Copy Of, go ahead and put your name on it. Make it easier to find in your Google Drive. Okay. So Autocrat Practice. So here's what we're going to do. You can see the first name, last name, the department, and the reason for the certificate. So all this information is on my sheet. I would like to make multiple certificates for each teacher. So on your certificate, you're going to need to first insert a text box right here. And we need to add what we call tags or placeholders. This is going to tell Google Sheet where to put the information. So tags have these little carrots on the side. So I'm going to do one for the first name, close it off, and then one for the last name. And make sure you have two, otherwise it's not going to work. So I'm going to click on this box. I'm going to come up all the way up here because I'd like to center it. So we choose the center icon. And maybe let's choose a different fun font. This one's nice. From the fonts, you can either choose a number or you can actually type one if you'd rather. And then I'm going to use my arrow keys to actually get it to fit. There we go. And then I'm going to add another text box. So this one is going to be for the reason. So I'm going to type reason. You don't have to capitalize if you don't want to. It's up to you, however you'd like to do it. Again, I'm going to make that a bit bigger. Nice thing in slides, see that big red line? That lets me know it's actually centered. And the last one is the department. So I'm going to add another text box. And this is the last tag or placeholder, which says department. And I'm going to go ahead. I like to make it the same font as that one. So I'm still going to use this one. I'm going to make it, ooh, that's a bit too big. So you can kind of see where you can play with the numbers. All right. All done. I've got all my tags, got all the information I need. All right, back on your Google Sheet, you're going to come up here where you have add-ons. You should see Autocrat, and now you're going to choose Open. And it'll have that little working button. You'll see it add some tabs. We won't delete those. All right, so it'll say it's starting to load. No merge jobs. Well, let's click New Job and set it up. I love Autocrat because it does walk you through step by step. So I'm going to call this one School Certificates. This is only for you. It just helps you keep track of each job, especially if you're running multiple ones. Okay, choose a template from Drive. So this is where it's going to connect to your Google Drive. It generally pulls in the most recent files you've been editing. Oh, look at that. Mail merge, select. And then it'll take a minute and it's going to look for all of the tags, those placeholders that we put into place, which is really nice. So it's right there. I hit the word next. Okay, merge tab. Well, I'm trying to do this one where it says Autocrat Practice. So I'm going to choose Autocrat Practice. And it's going to try to pick out all of the things. So you're going to see one unmapped tag. That means one of my placeholders isn't working correctly. So that's something I'm going to need to fix. So header rows are in row 1. And then my first set of data is in row 2, so that's Chandler right here. So first name fills into first name. Ooh, reason is it mapped. So let's put certificate reason. And department's already matched correctly. Looks good. Hit the next button. File name. You can use the tags if you'd like. This blue bar, you'll actually see all the tags in here. So I'm going to put last name. And you can actually paste it here. And then certificate. So that's when it makes the copies, that's what it's going to be called. So on here, I'm just going to call it school certificates. What I would like is a single output mode. So what this is going to do is it's going to make a single Google slideshow with multiple slides. The multiple output one is going to make individual copies. So basically I can have one slideshow with 6 certificates, or I can have 6 separate certificates in separate slideshows. So it really depends what you'd like to do. And then, do I want them as Google Slides or as a PDF? I'm going to just choose Google Slides and then single output mode because I want one Google Slides with all of these in one. It's a little bit weird. Choose a destination folder. So here you can choose whether you want it to go in your Drive. If you have a separate folder you'd like to put it in, you can always do that. So you'll see all my different folders. I'm just going to select this one. You can choose if it's going to multiple places. So I just want it to go to the one place. So yes, I'm going to remove that folder. Next button. Dynamic folders, you're not going to need those. Long story short, dynamic folders help if you have certificates that need to go into different folders. So if I want all my math department certificates to go in one folder, I want all my fine arts certificates to go into another. We don't need that. Merge conditions, I'm not going to need. This is helpful if, let's say, you're waiting for somebody to submit and pass a quiz, and then you want to send a certificate. We're not going to use those, not needed here. Sharing, so here's the nice thing. If you like, Mail Merge allows you to actually send an email with all of the attachments. So you'll see tags. So let's say you collected email addresses. You could put email as a tag and it would automatically send. That only works though if you're collecting their emails. And you can choose whether they're allowed to reshare their documents. You can also choose whether they can comment, whether it's a PDF, all the editing rights. I'm not going to be sending an email to these people because I don't have their email addresses, so I'm just going to select no. But it's nice to know they have that option. Run form trigger. So these two are helpful if you want Autocrat to automatically create the certificates. So maybe every time a teacher submits the form to honor someone else, it automatically creates the certificate. That's when you would choose yes, anytime somebody is submitting on the form. Time trigger just says every night at 7 o'clock, run the job, create all the new certificates for the next day. I'm not going to use triggers because I'm just doing it manually. Then I'm going to hit the save button. It'll take a couple of minutes. This one's pretty fast. When you're ready, hit the play button. And now it'll start to run. So it's going to pull everything, and you'll see it's already added some columns over here, and it even tells you the job status. So sometimes, let's say internet drops, the job may not finish, you'll get a status. All right, you can see this one is blue, data merged, so it looks good. I'm just going to hit the close button. So on here, these are all named the exact same thing. That's because I have one Google Slides with hopefully all 6 certificates. Oh, look at that. Here's Chandler being in the math department, always bringing a good sense of humor is the reason that he got the certificate. And then you'll see every single one. So here's all my 6 certificates for each teacher in one Google slide. So here's Chandler Bing. Everything is automatically pulled in. Isn't that great? Super easy. When you're ready to print, you can always come up to File, drop down. You'll see that you can make copies, you can download. So if you'd like to download them as PDFs, you can definitely do that. If you scroll to the bottom, you'll actually see the option to print. And then you can hang them up, put them in teachers' boxes, kind of however you'd like to do. Well, that's a mail merge. When you are ready to submit your task, this is very, very important. Come to this last tab. You need to actually share those Google Slides with me because that's going to show me you've actually finished. So come over here to the yellow, because right now, hit the share button. Yours probably says private. Mine has this, yours may not. If you want, you can actually add me, LM Hawkins. So you'll see my maiden name is on there, which is an issue, but that's okay. So really either one of these are totally okay. I'll zoom in so you can see that a bit better. But make sure you do share them with me so I can see these slides. Otherwise, I cannot give you credit for this assignment. So that's very, very important. And when you're ready, you can hit done. Don't forget to hit submit in Schoology so that I can also see this spreadsheet, because I'm also going to check this tab and make sure that everything worked. And then again, you can see all of these, everything successfully run, and it timestamps it for you. Thanks for watching. I hope you really enjoy mail merge. If you have any questions about it, because it can be tricky, especially with some of those other features we didn't try, let me know and I will come visit your campus and I'd be happy to show you how it works. Thanks for watching. As always, if you get stuck or you have a question, feel free to insert a comment on the sheet and I will respond as fast as I can. Or add a private comment in Schoology. Either one I'm going to get access to and I can help with. Have a great day.